Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure to be out here in nature and greeting you. Always bringing this message of emancipation to you. A message that would set you free. Because all I'm just doing is pointing you to look inwardly so you can discover your true identity. And when you discover your true identity, you'll also discover your divinity. And you'll be able to create your reality more consciously. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning music and frequency and the David and Saul story. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the Saul and David story and how it speaks about music and frequency and how everything is already in the Bible. And there's nothing new under the sun. Now we know that the music industry is a billion-dollar industry. And we come to realize that many are depending on entertainment to feel good about themselves. Now I remember quite vividly whereby I did a video called Black People Weakness, and I said that Black People Weakness was entertainment. So many people are vibrating under a frequency that is very low because of the kind of music they are listening to and the kind of hertz that these music have been set on. And they have been set on certain hertz to take you off of your frequency that will bring you into that place of your creativity. So it's to shift you away from your creativity instead of shifting you in the direction of your creativity. So certain music carries certain hertz. So if I should go into the story of Saul and David, Saul represents your ego or lower self, while David represents humanity. Humanity whereby you have come to awaken enlightenment. For it is said that David was God's chosen king. Now you give him a mind. And you are to use your mind to govern and rule your world or your life. So you're supposed to be led and guided by self-government, whereby you will be more in touch with your prophetic self or your creative self, which is represented by Samuel. But when you go away from Samuel, which is self-government, and you seek a king outside of yourself to rule over you, you're seeking for King Saul. And when you seek for King Saul and King Saul starts ruling over you, which is your lower self or your negative self, you will become possessed by a demon. And being possessed by a demon is having all the wrong thoughts. Always looking outside of yourself. Always allowing situation and things outside of yourself to overpower you. Always been anxious, always been worried, and all these things. Okay, so here is showing you that King Saul was possessed. So my brothers and my sisters, whenever you dwell in your lower self and you dwell in negativity, you'll be possessed or overcome or take over by a negative mentality, and that's what it's teaching you about. But here it teaches you that there was David, and David was skilled in music. Showing you David was skilled in being in the right vibration, in the right frequency. Because life itself is music. And someday you will play your last note. And you have all of these organs that are giving off these vibration, because the first sign of life is vibration. And everything in this world is energy, vibration, and frequency. So here it tells you that Saul would call for David. And David would play upon a harp and play music that would put him in a state of calmness. That would put him in a state of peace, joy, happiness, contentment. Teaching you when we're in the right frequency, when we're playing the right music within ourselves, within our thoughts, having the right inner conversation, the right self-talk. It is music. That's the reason why you are told to make melody in your heart. How are you going to make melody in your heart? With the right thinking, with positive thinking. And when you have positive thinking, you always in joy, you always in peace, you always in happiness and contentment. You're always patient. You're always calm. You're always wise as a serpent. And you're always harmless as a dove. Because you're in tune. You're aligned. So when you speak about David playing this kind of music, that is bringing Saul in this kind of calmness, it is when you are aligned with the rest of nature, when you are aligned with the tree of life, and not from the tree of good and of knowledge of good and evil. So here, my brother and my sisters, you have to listen to the right kind of music that will calm you, that will put you in a place of relaxation, that will put you in a place of meditation, that will put you in a place of calmness, where you calm down the mind, where you quiet down the mind, and you can be more focused. So my brother, my sisters, I'm encouraging you to get tuned in to your David self, your higher self, your Christ self. The part of you that transforms from humanity into divinity. Because this journey of life is from humanity to divinity. And when you come into that place of divinity, you will vibrate in the right place and the right time and in the right season. And everything will just synchronize for you and bring in a golden age in your life. So many people, especially religious people, they look at the story of David and Saul, and David playing this kind of music, and because they do not understand, many of them come back and fall victim to the kind of music they play in church, and the kind of music they listen to, and the kind of music they vibrate to, and the kind of news they listen to, and still reading the newspaper, and still getting the feelings and the emotion mixed up in negative thinking and vibrating under the influence of wrong thinking. So they are the Sauls, or the King Sauls, who are possessed because they allow their negative thoughts to take hold of them instead of allowing the positive thinking to lead them and guide them, instead of depending on their intuition to lead them and guide them. So my brother and my sisters, music is very powerful. And that is why we have to be careful of what we are listening to. We have to be careful of what we are feeding on. And even in the Bible, it teaches you about music and frequency, and teaches you on what hertz you should be on. So my brother and my sisters, get the right kind of meditative kind of music to listen to. Have them play in your home. Have them play before you go to bed. You can play them also when you wake up, and always keep your mind in that place of calmness, peace, joy, happiness, and whereby you can focus your intention and live the life that you so desire. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I believe I've gotten my message across to you, showing you that everything is written in the Bible. All you have to do is interpret the Bible psychologically, and do not interpret the Bible as literal or interpret the Bible as secular history. And always use whatever you learn in the Bible to teach you to look inwardly to discover your divinity. Now, if what I'm saying, if it has been resonating with you, I'm encouraging you to like, comment. If you haven't subscribed as yet, I'm encouraging you to subscribe. And do not forget to always check out my link below, read my description also, and to check out my new website, BlackMadGuru.com. I'll be grateful that you check out what I have in store for you also. Now, this message I bring to you is a single eye measure of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 tells you, if your eye be single, that your whole body will be full of light. And when you come to have that experience, my brother and my sister, you will boost your crown chakra. And you will come to understand more about the single eye, or the third eye, or the fourth eye. And like me, you give the sign of the single eye, saying that when you have the experience, that you will come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And that is the dawning of a new day in your life. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And the sun is what powers all of humanity. Therefore, my brother and my sisters, I'm asking you to use your mind power to activate your creativity. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.